Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, March the 18th. And the market just continues to amaze us every day with the swings we're having. The volatility has just been really, really crazy. It is fun to trade because we've got such large swings and we've got such huge volatility to sell or to scalp. So it's been good from that aspect. But let's jump in here and take a look. Let me jump in here. This is the S&P for today. You guys know I like to start with the S&P. Let's just take a look. So if you notice, last night we went limit down in the futures, and let's switch over here to the ES real quick and take a look, and I will show you this. So in the ES last night, you see that flat line right there? That's a halt trading line, and so that was overnight last night. And then today we went limit down again today. Let me zoom in here and try to get a better look at it. Well, let's go to the S&P for a intraday chart. So as you can see, okay, there it is. I couldn't remember what time of day it was. It's right there. So we went limit down last night, and then we went limit down again here. And the crazy thing, let me get back over here to the futures. This is what's crazy, is if you're watching this at night, the nighttime sessions have just been just crazy. I mean, I look and they're, we're limit down, then I look back, excuse me, and we're limit up. So let's see if I can pick all of these out of there. Limit down, limit up, limit down, limit up. We went twice limit up that night, and then limit down. That was last night, and then the limit down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in 5 days. So if you haven't been paying attention, that's what's been going on. It's been really crazy. And as you can see, most of this is going on at night. And if you are trading futures at night, you've seen this. It's been such a crazy, crazy, crazy move at night in some of the futures here. You got to be really careful if you're doing that. There's some really good opportunity, but you got to be really careful. And what is happening is that to cause all this, of course, we get stops are being hit and that type thing, and which causes the algorithms to really, really amplify what's going on. But be aware of that as we're trading. So let's take this and let's look out. Matter of fact, let me put this on a well, first let me put it on a longer time frame, and I'm going to switch back over here to the S&P, and I'll show you how far we've gone. My toss is working very, very, very slowly, so bear with me. Okay, so from the top up here at the glorious 3,400, and we're all the way down here at 2,280. And for the most part, we've just sailed right through all of the levels, that we've had. And of course, we still use our levels. We have fib levels and voodoo lines and all the different things we have. But, honestly, for the most part, we've just kind of gone all through those, and they are less, I don't want to say less reliable, but, because of the volatility, we can just go right through those. So anyway, if we look here, we've already passed the 200-day moving average. This is on a weekly chart, on a 10-year chart. I thought that would probably be the last low, and of course we took that out, and I'm hearing lower. Goldman Sachs came out and said 2,000, and then we would likely see a big bounce, and that's probably true. We're getting overdone here. This is very, very, very much overdone in my opinion. However, we know why it's overdone is because of everything that's going on with coronavirus and the shutdown of everything really. So while this looks very nasty and all that kind of stuff, and I do think we're getting closer to the bottom, we can bounce, we can have short covering at any point in time. I think we probably, as it all unfolds, there's just been way too much damage done. So it's not going to surprise me if we do actually bounce and then continue lower, maybe take out the low here that we've got already. And and again, from a trading standpoint, from an investment standpoint, it's just horrible, watching your IRA or your 401k or whatever go down. But from a trading standpoint, this is good. We've got exponential moves, and if we can get on the right side, we can make a lot of money very, very quickly. I like trading the volatility. I will like it better when things actually kind of calm down, so that we're not getting limit up and limit down, on a constant basis. And 100 points in the ES up or 100 points down, or 1,000, 2,000 points in the Dow up or down. It's kind of crazy. So I've been watching everybody, in the main room and in the bias room, and I think for most part everybody's handling this very well. We're all probably sitting on a lot of cash, just kind of being very selective in what we're doing. So I think from that standpoint, everybody's pretty good to go. What I'm looking for now, we want to focus on the names that are the strongest and likely to bounce. Maybe I'm looking at the normal ones, of course, the biotech stocks such as Gilead, Regeneron, Modena, I believe it is. Let's see, mRNA is another one. Moderna. There's a couple in this area that are working on the cure or vaccines, etc. And then of course we've got ZM, Zoom. We've got Roku, Amazon, etc. Costco, some of those. So I'm watching those names and do have a short list. I'm just not that eager to jump in and start buying anything yet. We did buy some shares long of Gilead when it dipped down to 71 last week, and then I wrote a covered call on them yesterday, and some wrote today. But anyway, things like that, are ways to play this kind of while we're waiting on this thing to stabilize. So all in all, we need to be patient. I think we're of course nearer the end than anything else. I would have a hard time thinking that if we continue down, I think we probably bounce and then come down. That's just historically the way it works, right? You bounce up with some strength and then come back down to complete this channel, to at some point come back up and and take that out and start working on back up here. But these this all-time high stuff is way off the table, probably for this year, maybe for next year. I don't know. It depends on how fast how deep this goes and how fast things are turn around and how long things are shut down. So I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. We're going to watch the news, see how this unfolds and develops over the next couple of weeks, couple of months, and give us a lot better idea of how to trade this thing. But for now, I'm doing a lot of waiting and watching, being very selective. I'm trading, but I'm being very, very, very selective, and I'm in and out trying to scalp this thing, quickly, take the win and go back to the sidelines and wait on the next setup. So keep a lot of cash, use some tight stops, use small size. If you normally trade, 50 contracts, trade 10. If you normally trade 10, trade 1 or 2, that type thing. And just try to limit your risk. If you trade the futures and you've not traded futures much, trade the micros, and that can save you a lot of pain, if you get on the wrong side of a trade, because things just move so fast. And it's not that you can just say, oh, I'm going to buy this here and I'll put a stop in. Your stops, the prices are moving around so so fast that your stop will get hit and you'll get a horrible price on the fill, etc. So just be aware of that, be careful. So anyway, that is what I've got for you. We just need to be patient here. It is much smarter, I think, to be patient and pick our entries than to try to jump in the middle of all this and start just gunslinging. So be careful out there, keep a lot of cash, and size appropriately. So with that, let me wind it up, and I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks a lot. Take care.